Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel GMB Today. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Bradley Walsh taunted a player with a two-word statement on Tuesday evening's repeat of The Chase. The ITV quiz show saw four more hopeful players take to the iconic quizzing studio to test their wits against Brainiac and Hegarty, also known as the Governess. Sue from Halifax, Dom from North Tyneside, Nicola from Bangor, and Will from London joined forces in a bid to go home slightly richer. They put their general knowledge skills to the test as they hoped to build up a good cash pot and outrun the chaser. But one player's risky move did not pay off the way that he had hoped, with ITV host Bradley Walsh rubbing salt into the wound. After an excellent cash build-around, where Dom managed to secure 8 correct answers, the contestant opted for a high offer of £30,000, gaining a round of applause from his teammates and Anne. Explaining his decision, he shared, "My game plan the entire time was to go for a middle offer, but I'm quite tempted by the £30,000. Brad urged, "Go on," as the contestant made up his mind. "For once in my life, I'm going to be a risk-taker," Dom shared. "I'm going to go for the £30,000. Anne replied with a smile, saying, "I am impressed and pleased." However, just one question in, the player tripped and fell at the first hurdle. He was asked what the I in FBI stands for, answering with intelligence. The correct answer was soon revealed to be integrity. We use your sign-up to provide content in ways you've consented to and to improve our understanding of you. This may include adverts from us and third parties based on our understanding. You can unsubscribe at any time. Read our privacy policy. Bad luck. He then reiterated his commiserations as he repeated the phrase once more before adding a note about the player's downfall. Referring to the first question of the head-to-head, Brad rubbed salt into the wound, saying, "You knew it was integrity, but you jumped in early in the game." Contrastingly, Anne applauded the player, saying, "It was very brave of him, and I always think that there are probably more people who regret not going higher than people that regret doing so." Brad nodded as he said, "I totally agree with you." The atmosphere inside the Chase studio was electric. A rare tense energy hung in the air like a storm cloud waiting to burst. It wasn't just the usual high-stakes pressure of the final chase. No, this was something different. Contestant Emily, a 29-year-old chemistry teacher from Nottingham, had been solid all game, witty, calm, and clever. She earned a respectable £6,000 in her cash builder, but what came next would leave viewers across the nation gripping their armrests. As she stood facing the Governess, Anne Hegarty, the offers were laid out. The low offer, £1,000, the middle, her £6,000, and the high, a jaw-dropping £90,000. There was a collective inhale from the audience. Emily glanced back at her teammates, all silently urging her to play it safe. But then she smirked. "I didn't come here for a school trip," she quipped. "Let's go big. High offer, please." Gasps, applause. Even Anne raised an eyebrow. And then came the moment. The camera zoomed in on host Bradley Walsh's face. His expression, a mixture of admiration and disbelief, hardened as he slowly leaned over his podium. 2 words, "Big mistake." Delivered with a dry wit sharper than a razor's edge, Bradley's swipe echoed around the studio. It was brutal, brilliant, and instantly viral. Within minutes, social media erupted with clips of the moment. #BigMistake trended on X, formerly Twitter, with fans both praising and questioning the boldness of Emily's decision and Bradley's savage response. Back in the studio, the tension was thick enough to slice with a knife. The first few questions were straightforward, and Emily held her ground. Bradley, ever the showman, continued to toss in sarcastic remarks. "Oh, you know this one. Didn't look like a big mistake then, did it?" he teased after a correct answer, prompting laughter from the audience. But the tide turned quickly. A trick question on Greek mythology threw Emily off. Then a curveball about 19th century poets. 2 steps away from safety, she faltered. And just like that, the Governess pounced. "Sorry, Emily," she said with a nod. "Clever move, just not clever enough." As Emily walked off, still smiling and shrugging, Bradley called after her with a wink.
"Hey, gutsy play, but I did warn you." Backstage, Emily remained in good spirits. She said, "I'd do it again. Besides, I got a legendary Bradley burn out of it. Worth it." ITV producers were quick to clip the moment, releasing it on their socials with the title, "Bradley's Savage Two-Word Verdict That Shocked the Nation." Fans flooded the comments. One wrote, "Only Bradley can insult you and make you feel like a hero at the same time." Another added, "She lost the money, but won our hearts and a place in Chase history." In the end, it wasn't the cash or the questions that made the episode unforgettable. It was a simple, sharp swipe from a beloved host that turned a risky gamble into TV gold.